Hello guys, what is up? This is my unboxing of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles commander deck, as it were. Yeah, it's actually called Turtle Power, and it's 5-color deck. Uh, but I just call the stream Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because, well, everybody knows who that is. Yeah, and I just bought it today. I'm pretty excited for it. I saw the professor, and he complained that it was, well, he didn't like that it was like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, but I watched the cartoon when I was just a little kid, and I appreciated it very much. It was innovative for its time, and the music was excellent. It had its own little quirky humor, which I actually enjoyed a lot. So yeah. This stream is sponsored by Urge. Who else? But Urge sponsors me these days, and that's cool. And we're gonna open it and see what's what. Uh, Partner with allies, buff your team. That's what it says. And unleash mutagenic mayhem and battle your friends in Commander Magic most popular multiplayer format. Throw down the Leonardo and partner pal Donnie, Raph, Mikey, or Splinter to customize your playstyle at the table. Each teammate will help in different ways to achieve your goal, build up 1+1 counters, and grow your creatures into the world's most fearsome fighting team. So, there we go. That's the text, flavor text, as it were. I also have a pizza in the oven. Because you need to have a pizza when you open this. So let's just see what's inside. And this is completely new, so I would reckon that this is pretty easy to open since it ain't dry now. I was right. Yeah, so if it's completely new, then it's easy to open. That's great. Press start, it says here. Okay. And I'm going to open it like this, I think. Yeah, there we go. And, well, hopefully it would come out, but it didn't, so now I need to do something else. Okay, and here's Splinter, picture of him, which is pretty cool. And there's also some counters, as usual with these, and it's cool. So I'm going to take these out. It's nice that they include an option for counters. For those of us who can't afford the dice counters or whatever, we got the cardboard ones with the decks. I think that's about it. Yeah. There's also a little leaflet here, Turtle Power it says, and there's sort of a graphic. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So Leonardo leads. As your commander, Leonardo the balances powerful abilities that enhance your creatures as you generate tokens to be sure to fill the field with formidable fighters under his guidance. Leo won't be all alone in the command zone either. Before the game starts, choose one of his pals to be your second commander using the partner character select mechanic. The key to victory lies in accumulating +1/+1 counters and mutagen tokens, but how you achieve this is up to you. With Michelangelo, the heart, you can speed up your +1/+1 counter engine by making additional food tokens. With Raphael, the muscle deals massive hits quickly with his damage doubling ability. Splinter, the mentor, rebuilds your +1/+1 counters engine with your creatures leave the battlefield. And Donatello, the brains, accelerates your mutagen generation for more counters and buffs. Experiment with your favorite combinations and shake up your strategy on the table. Every commander game is a freewheeling back and forth battle in which alliances are formed, friends are betrayed, and grudges are repaid with vengeance. In the end, only one player will be left standing until the next game begins, of course. So yeah, there you go. And there's a nice poster here. That's cool. I didn't expect that. Leader of the Turtles, Leo takes on this role of older brother to Donnie, Mikey, and Raph, and is a devoted pupil to Master Splinter and his teachings in combat. His word work and discipline pay off, but he still can't refuse a hot slice of pizza. And I can't either, because the pizza is in the oven, and I'm gonna check how that goes right now. The pizza is ready, so I'm gonna check that out of here. And since this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stream, we're gonna have pizza. Yeah, so there you go. That's my pizza for today. So that's good. Okay, so bring on the music. Har du sett serien, altså? Serien er så bra. Er du på jobb? Ja, du er på jobb, Alex. Du ser på streamen min på jobb. Det er bra. Det er dritbra her, pizzaen da. Hva klager for? And now we're gonna unbox this thing. We're gonna take off the plastic. Yeah. Ja, vi snakkes sammen. Kos deg på jobb. Herregud. Okay, so I guess this is the main commander. Whenever a token you control enters, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. Creatures you control gain mana, trample, and lifelink until end of turn. You can have 2 commanders if both have this ability, it says here. So that's cool, and the car itself is actually quite cool. Yeah, and this is supposedly the commander. I think it said he was the leader, it said. It's a long time I've watched the cartoon, so I gotta read up. Yep. They know the balance, it says it. Yeah. So he's the leader of the Decepticons. Oh well, okay. Donatello, the brains. Here we go. Okay. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a mutagen token are created instead. Okay. So, yeah, the brains. Pretty cool artwork on these cars, I would say, and it's foil, so it's extra cool. Splinter, the mentor. Okay. Whenever Splinter or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token. So there should be mutagen tokens here. Yeah, and it also has the partner ability, so that's cool. Raphael the Muscle. Double all damage that creatures you control with counters on them would deal. That's cool. When Raphael enters, create a mutagen token. Okay, so also quite cool. So he's the muscle then of the. Okay. Oh well, I'm having fun. Oh, it's pizza time. It's pizza time. I'm gonna eat while I read here. Michelangelo the heart. Raid the fridge. That's what I did last time. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you attack this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and create a food token. I'm getting pizza stains on all my cards. Jesus. Whenever one or more Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Haste, and these are all the turtles, and it's a 5/5 creature. Okay. Whenever one or more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control deal combat damage to player, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures and draw a card. Okay. So that's pretty insane. And we have a force card. And we have a force card just like it. We have a mountain card. Pretty cool. Almost from a scene from the cartoon, I think. We have a basic swamp here. Pretty cool. So it's New York, yeah. So, and we have a plains. Pretty cool as well. Since this is a 5-color deck, I guess we need some lands in here, so that's why I'm showing them to you. Vibrant Cityscape. Sacrifices land, search level for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tapped and shuffle. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool artwork, and I love that it's an arcade there. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color other than black. Oh, cool. Whoops. Thriving Isle. Yeah, that's cool. So you get to choose a couple of colors there. So you can have lands that you can choose which land you want. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Yeah, that's nice. It's cool. I should probably turn off the... How do I do that again? Yeah, the pizza is nice. So the chat is being translated again. I'm gonna try to turn that off. Okay. Evolving Wilds. Search this land. No, sacrifice this land. Search your level for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, tapped and shuffle. That's nice. Yeah, so lots of cool artwork on these. Sort of, it's not exactly Magic the Gathering, but I wouldn't expect it to be that since it's, well, it's turtles. Channel 6, yeah. Cool. Ash Barrens, yeah, so basic land cycling there, and yeah, also quite cool though. Soul Ring, really cool. It's a sign of a pizza parlor there. Iron Cane Signet, nice to see, and also quite cool. Yeah. Harmonize, draw 3 cards. That's cool. Time for another pizza slice, I think. Yeah, I think I'll take this one. Mm. So cultivate. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards, put them into the battlefield. Tap on the other on your hand and shuffle. So lots of land acquisition here. Marauding Mutagen. Death touch when this creature enters destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. And this is a turtle lair. Looks like that. Yeah. So. And there's a kindergarten walking outside. So that's what the sounds are, if you don't know. Really good. Jesus. Yeah. Nice. Sacrifice this land. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it into the battlefield. Tap and shuffle. Yeah, this is Magic the Gathering, man. It's the new set. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's been good thus far. Lots of good alternatives for a commander, and yeah. Oh yeah, and I can sacrifice it, and target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. So, pretty cool. Everything pizza. When this artifact enters, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it and put it into your hand, and shuffle. Oh, yes, dude. You might want to look into that, because they may be worth something. Sacrifice this artifact, target player against real life, and draws a card. Each of your opponents discards a card. This artifact deals 3 damage to any target. Put 3+1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature. Oh, that's cool. So, pizza is powerful. That's basically what it says. Oh, that's too bad, man. But what you do is you read the card title and you go on eBay and you search for the card on eBay, and there you'll see the value of it approximately. It takes some time, but it's worth it, because then well, maybe you're sitting on a gold mine, man. You don't know. Lessons from life. Draw 3 cards. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. That's cool. Mona Lisa, Science Geek. Okay. Reach. Add X mana of any color where X is Mona Lisa's power. Well, there you go. That's 115 pounds he didn't have yesterday, right? So, yeah. But I know it's a boring process, so just take your time with it, man. Alita, Little Orphan Amphibian. Alliance, whenever another creature you control enters, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on Alita. Create a fruit token, scry one. Well, that's not too bad. Vernal Fen. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic land cards. And another cool design there. Undergrowth Stadium. This land enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Okay. Yeah. Well, we basically have more than one opponent in Commander, so there you go. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. It's beginning to become a lot of lands here. I don't know. But I guess you need a lot of lands when you play a 5-colored deck. This land enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Same deal. Yeah, same deal here. Love the artwork of many of these lands, though. Even though it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's pretty beautiful. Yeah. I don't know what this is, though. This land enters tapped, but it has cycling, so you can discard it and draw a card. That's cool. Right, okay. How many lands are there in this deck? I don't know. Okay. Fabled Passage. Sacrifice the land, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battle with tap, then shuffle. Then if you control 4 or more lands, untap that land. Ah, okay. Exotic Orchid. Orchid, yeah. Add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls would produce. It makes sense in a 5-colored deck, so I won't say anything here. I have complained about Exotic Orchid before, but here we have all colors, so then it's okay. This land enters tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain. Yeah. Yes, there's a ton of lands here. City of Brass. Yeah. Even though it's not exactly Magic the Gathering, I love the artwork. It's really cool. And it is, of course, Magic the Gathering, but it's cloaked in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New York theme. Yeah. I have yet to see the win con of this deck or what it wants to do, though, so I guess we'll get to that. Chromatic Lantern, it says. Lands you control have add 1 mana of any color, add 1 mana of any color. Okay. So I can add a land of any color. Humongous Fungus. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, twice that many +1/+1 counter are put on it instead. Oh, that's cool. So I guess this is a creature deck, sort of. Assassin's Trophy. Destroy target permanent an opponent controls. This controller may search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, and shuffle. And there's Shredder. Pretty cool. Aggro Amalgam. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. Okay. When this creature enters, choose 1, double the number of +1/+1 counters on this creature. This creature fights target creature you don't control. Okay. Right. It's probably good. I don't know. And what's this? It says the creature name there, and then suddenly it says vigor there. I don't know. If damage would be dealt to another creature control, prevent that damage. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each one damage prevented this way. When Heralds of the Shredder is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into the owner's library. Okay. So pretty powerful cards in here, but I don't see the game plan, to call it that. This creature enters with X1 +1 counters on it. Remove a +1/+1 counter from this creature. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. That's cool. Biogenic Ooze. When this creature enters, create a 2/2 green ooze creature token. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each ooze you control. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, Blasphemous Act, yeah. The famous board wipe with Shredder in the foreground there. Wave goodbye. Wow. Returning each creature with a +1/+1 counter on its turn. Oh yeah, without. Yeah. So that's cool. That's actually a pretty decent board wipe there. Since most of my creatures will have +1/+1 counters on them. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. Okay, so there's actually a few board wipes in here as well. When this enchantment enters, support 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of the up to 2 target creatures. Choose target creature with a counter on them. When this creature dies this turn, return it to card's owner's hand. Okay. So hidden hideouts. Oh, more lands. Okay. Add 1 land. Okay. The target creature you control with a counter on it gains lifelink until the end of turn. Okay. Big Apple, 3 AM. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Add one of the chosen color. Create a 1/1 black rat creature token for each opponent you have. This might actually be really good in my rat deck, actually. But I'm not going to do that, of course. Squad 3. As an additional cost this spell, you may pay 3 any number of times. When this creature enters, create that many tokens that are copies of it. When this creature deals combat damage to player, create a mutant token. Okay. Mole Module. When this vehicle deals combat damage to a player, mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them into the battlefield. Crew 2. Yeah, this deck had to have a few vehicles, didn't it? I hope I see the turtle van. Exploding Barrel. Add 1 mana of any color, put a pressure counter on this artifact. Sacrifice this artifact deals 20 damage to target creature. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each pressure counter on this artifact. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. Coin of Mastery. Each creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each mana from an artifact or source spent to cast it. Yeah, and you can create a treasure token. Big Mother Mouser, okay? This creature enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever this creature attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. When this creature dies, create a number of 1-1 colorless robot artifact creature tokens equal to the number of 1-1 counters on this creature. So there's lots of references to the original cartoon here. Season 1, I believe. Pretty cool. Arcade cabinet. When this artifact enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each up to 4 target creatures. Sacrifice a token, double the number of counters on target creature. Jesus Christ. So yeah. And then we have a few abilities here. Put a flying counter on target creature you control. Until end of turn, it has base power and toughness 5-5. And flying kick, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. You may cast one or both halves of this card from your hand. Okay. Replicate 2 when you cast a spell, copy it for each time you pay its replicate cost. You may choose new targets for the copies. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. Okay. I'm enjoying myself and everything, and it's really fun. But I see more of this as a meme deck than anything else. So I have a deck to have fun with and play with my friends. And here's Magic. Here's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, ha ha ha, and then I'm done with it. Seems, but we'll see. Partner with Bebop, Skull, and Crossbones. When this creature enters, target player may put Bebop into their hand from their library, then shuffle. Huh? Whenever another non-talking creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Right, okay. Ninja Pizza. Foods you control have sacrificed this artifact at 1 mana of any color. At the beginning of your second main phase, create a food token. Level up. When this R enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each unenchanted creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Then if it has power 10 or greater, draw a card. Okay. Leatherhead Iron Gator. So this seems like a creature deck in effect, actually. I think trample haste whenever Leatherhead attacks, put up 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Jesus Christ. So there's lots of +1/+1 counters going on here. High score. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. What the hell does that mean? At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield. I gotta look up on that though. Tuka and Razor unsupervised. First strike whenever another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Tuka and Razor and create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Yeah. I'm not sure, man. Tempestra, Dame of Games. Sacrifice an artifact, create a token as a copy of another target creature you control, except it isn't legendary. It gains haste, sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. Okay. A shadow came out of the arcade there. Special move. Choose 2. Jump kick. Destroy target artifact. Okay. Dash attack. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target attacking or blocking creature you control. Foot toss. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any other target. Then sacrifice it. Alright. Shell Shock. For each opponent, choose up to 1 target creature the player controls. Shell Shock deals X damage to each of those creatures. You create a mutant token for each creature dealt damage this way. Yeah. Okay. Right. Fast forward. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each opponent that you attack. You attack this turn. Guard all creatures your opponent controls. Okay. Yeah, so it's a sort of a board wipe thing. Defender haste. When this creature enters until end of turn, whenever another creature dies, this creature deals 1 damage to each non-wall creature. Okay. If it has defender, why does it have haste? I don't know. Casey Jones. Whenever Casey Jones attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, Casey Jones deals that much damage to a target opponent. Okay. I have yet to see the light here, guys. It's a fun deck, lots of good artwork here, but I don't see the game plan of this deck yet. And I'm fast approaching the end of the deck, so I don't know. It's probably just creatures attacking with counters. But is that fun? I'm not sure. Swift Demise deals 1 damage to target creature, then destroy each creature you don't control that was dealt damage this turn. Okay. Whenever Shredder attacks a player, for each other opponent, create a token that's a copy of Shredder's tapped and attacking the player, except it isn't legendary. Okay, sacrifice those tokens at the end of combat. Whenever Shredder deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up. Okay. So this may actually also be a commander. Rat King Pale Piper. Whenever Rat King or another non-talking creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a 1/1 black rat creature token. Sacrifice a token, draw a card. Yeah, so many characters from the show. I can appreciate that. Game over. This spell costs 2 less to cast if a player life total is less than or equal to half their starting life total. Destroy all creatures. Okay. There's lots of board wipes in here. Food Chopper. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token and then attach this equipment to it. Equipped creature has flying. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, draw cards equal to its power. Okay. Dimension X Pizzazor. When this creature enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. When you do, destroy up to 1 target creature with mana less, value less than or equal to the number of counters among permanents you control. Okay. I have no idea, man. I'm starting to begin to understand this deck now, but I don't see that it's fun to play. Yeah. Gonna take a quick bathroom break, guys. Be right back. Partner with Rockstar, okay. Trying to play my pet. Okay. Whenever Bebop deals combat damage, the player may draw X card, where X is the number of counters on Bebop. If you do, you lose X life. Okay. Ray Fillet Wave Warrior. Whenever your creature control enters, if the creature has greater power or toughness than the. Okay. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay. Alright. Krang, the all powerful. Okay. If a player drawing a card causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Krang. So there's lots of stuff going on in this deck, but Irma, part-type mutant, okay. At the beginning of combat on your turn, Irma becomes a copy of up to one other target creature you control, except her name is Irma, part-time mutant, and she has this ability. Then put a +1/+1 counter on her. Okay, so almost all the creatures here have something to do with +1/+1 counters, it seems. Here comes a new hero. Target player draws X cards, create a token that's a copy of up to one target creature with mana value X or less. Whenever Baxter enters or attacks, oh yeah, here's Baxter. Each creature you control with a counter on it gains flying until the end of turn. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Baxter. Actually, I think this is pretty cool. This is fun. This is a fun commander to actually play with. So yeah. April O'Neil, of course. There she is. Whenever live on the scene, whenever a mutant ninja or turtle you control enters investigate, create a clue token. It's an artifact which sacrifices token, draw a card. Okay. Right. Endless Foot Assault, Squad 1. No, Squad. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may pay any number of times when this job enters, create that many tokens that are copies of it. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. And last but not least, choose up to 4 target creature cards in the graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn and return them to the battlefield. And then we have a ruling card here. It's nice to have in case you missed it. And we got all sorts of tokens. We got a copy, a Mutant. That's good. I think we need a lot of Mutant tokens here. Yeah, that's good. Ninja. Treasure token. Okay. Copy. Treasure token. Robot. Treasure token. Ooze. Okay. Clue. Rat. Clue. That rat is looking a little bit cringe. Don't you worry. Oh well. Food token. And another ninja. And a food token. Okay, so that's it. That's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing. I don't know quite what to make of it. It's right around the middle. It's average, in my opinion. It's got lots of creatures and some board wipes, and it's themed around Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I don't see the game plan other than just to rush your opponents with lots of large creatures with +1/+1 counters on them. And that to me is not a fun game plan, but I had to have this because I got fond memories of the cartoon, watching it as a kid. And yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Inspector Gadget, all those. So I needed to find out what this was about. I'm probably gonna play it against my friends, and we're all gonna have a laugh, I think. But I'm not gonna play it with the intention of winning. It's more like a meme kind of thing, and we're laughing a little bit about it. And yeah, that will be it, I guess. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. That really helps the channel out as well. Thank you to Big Boss and Sam Wall for being members. I really appreciate you both. And other than that, have yourself a really nice weekend. Kumbaya!